So guys, it's David here, and I hope you guys are doing well today, and like always are doing better than yesterday. So today, after a pretty bad self-reflection, I wasn't even self-reflecting. I said I was going to come back and do some self-reflection, but I didn't. But just my initial thought, I realized there must be some things I should do in order to keep myself accountable for the long journey ahead of me. Yes, after yesterday's reality call or reality check, I did reflect a lot. Mostly it was hate and anger, but after that initial phase of resentment, you start to realize that, damn, like I have become a victim. I literally have become a victim, became a victim because I have been just fucking around with my life. That's really it is. And it's a very scary thing, guys. It's super scary to see how quick you can lose all the progress you make in your life if you just stick around for a few days. It just is so mind-boggling and actually so scary in a way, because you will spend month right reading books, you'll spend month meditating, you'll spend month going to the gym, and it literally only takes 1 or 2 days of slipping on your diet, eating KFC, McDonald's, and drinking on slushies, or just watching porn, or going on a Netflix binge and not meditating and playing games. It only takes literally 1 or 2 days for you to revert all the way back to where you had begun or where you had started. And it's just so scary, like how it doesn't, like, your progress and your regression does not line up. It simply does not line up. And that is just so fascinating for me to really discover for myself. And to you guys, it may be different. But I would say if that principle applies to me, then surely it has to make sense or even have some relevance to you guys. And I'm not sure if our decline on performance and our self-belief is accelerated because of how we choose to talk to ourselves, like our internal dialogue, how we self-rebuke and our self-hatred that accelerates and builds up the process of self-deterioration. But whatever the case is, it's just so scary to see how you can become far worse off than you have started if you just break everything down in literally a matter of a few days. Like not even a week, a matter of a few days, you can crumble everything down. So thinking about this, I thought I need to keep myself accountable. Like, yes, I have discipline. Yes, I have this consistent and persistency ability and trait, like I think most of us does if we have something we enjoy. So I think accountability is important, because when you start a new habit, and if you really don't like to do it, like for example, if you don't like to code, or if you don't like to go to the gym, if you don't like to read books, then surrounding yourself with those people who already are doing the things you like to do, or perhaps are very skilled at the thing you are or you want to start doing, then it is much more easy for you to just kind of bond into that social group and be a part of something. Because at the end of the day, guys, we want to fit into something, and when we feel like we fit into something, we will try and mirror those people's actions and behaviors just to feel like we are liked. And I think it's important to be around those people when you are starting out, if you have no interest or build up interest on that thing, right? Nobody wakes up one day wanting to go to the gym and lift weights like their life depends on it, and come back totally drained and totally fatigued, their muscles aching. Nobody wants to do that unless they have this desire, this one, or they are mentally traumatized by their ex. There's always this reason for someone to do something. So now if you are lost in your reason and you just want to do something because you know what it can give you, but you have no other reason to do it. For example, you want to start a business because you know it can bring you financially wealth. You know it can give you freedom, but do you really need it now? Perhaps not, right? Perhaps you have a job, right? Perhaps you can live paycheck to paycheck, or perhaps you are on government welfare. Whatever the case is, you won't die tomorrow. Therefore, you don't need a job. Yes, maybe you have a greater cause. Maybe you think this is your purpose, your calling, whatever. But even then, that can become cloudy. To think that you have a purpose, like for me, at the moment, I think coding is my purpose, but really it is not. It is only a tool or a vessel to help me achieve my higher vision or goals. But honestly, guys, there's so many routes to pick, but I choose this because of the infinite upside. But sometimes when you only calculate on what is possible and dream about what is like the sky is the limit, right? If you dream about that only, like, yes, you can gain so much, but what is your bottom line, right? Like, what is the thing you are not willing to lose today? Because as I was watching this mindset video online, right, this guy was talking about, yes, we can dream about stuff, but people don't act because of what's possible, but people act because of what they will lose today that force them into some type of action. For me, like, yes, coding may bring my greatest dreams. It may put me in a beautiful beachside house with the most beautiful people, and I'll have the most beautiful food, whatever. But if I don't go to work today, I will not get paid. If I don't go to work today, the job I totally dislike, then I'll lose a job. I'll have that chance of loss. And sometimes to understand what is more real, as in the moment, then your priorities and desire kind of just flips on a scale. And it's not in a way that we don't truly believe we can achieve such heights and level. But sometimes that height and level can be so ambiguous and unclear that it seems that we have all the time to reach it. And what is important now should be prioritized. And I think this is where the example of instant gratification and delayed gratification comes into play, right? People would want instant gratification because it gives you that high. It reframes what you need as a person now. But delayed gratification is so uncertain. It is so uncertain knowing that it could happen tomorrow, in a few months, in a few years, that people are not willing to put down what will bring them the necessity of now for something that is unpredictable in the future. So my plan to really keep myself accountable, or ways I could perhaps do this, is I am thinking about streaming my progress, right? Streaming my progress, because since, guys, now I have a PC, like why not just go all in, right? Obviously, to hold up a camera and record like 6 clips a day can and will be kind of distracting. Like, I have done that in the past, where I would record a clip every 3 hours. And yes, I definitely was getting shit done, don't get me wrong, but it definitely took a whole chunk of my time just to record and re-record my clips, because sometimes I stutter. So to stream my progress, even if nobody is watching, it is not the point. It is just to put myself into that social setting, right? It's to put myself into that library, into that coding group, into that, group of self-improvers or entrepreneurs. It is to put me online so that I know that I have something to prove. And if I back out on myself because I am facing my own internal demons, then that's fine. But I won't back out on the people that could or may not see me work on the project. That is not the point, guys. It is literally not the point. The point is that I am putting myself into that cafe, library, right? Workplace, whatever it is. Even if that place is empty, I know somebody is watching me from afar. And that as I know from my own self-reflection, that keeps me dedicated. Because I hate the fact that I say I am something and other people see through my bullshit, or see through that I'm only saying that, but my actions do not align with my words. And to me, guys, sometimes I would make up these excuses, these stories, to kind of self-justify for why I totally suck at life, as why I am still not achieving a great result. But I just hate to let somebody else see that for me and to tell me that instead of myself. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys had learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.